It's really not that hard to beat your competition. You already have the tools you need to make more revenue and have more customers than them. All you have to do is do better. Your competition is actually making it very easy for you to do better. Be better at customer service. Be better at answering the phone. Be better at actually showing up and doing what you say you're going to do. So many people who come to me say, if I could just have more leads, all my problems would be solved. So what I want to do today is I'm actually going to call 5 local businesses and see what happens if they even pick up. I want to demonstrate to you how easy it is to do better and therefore make more revenue and make more profit. If you don't know who I am, my name's Abby Johnson. I'm the CEO here at Matterhorn Business Development. I've worked with businesses in over 50 different industries to help them increase their revenue and step out of the day-to-day. So what prompted me to do this was that I myself am in need of a home service. I currently have a lawn care company, so they come and mow my grass. It's literally just that simple. They come, they mow, and they leave. I don't need any trimming or anything because we don't have a lot of landscaping, to be honest. So first of all, why am I even leaving my current landscaping company? If I need such a simple service of just mowing, it should be simple to deliver on, right? Obviously, when you lose a customer, a few things happen. You have lost revenue, therefore you have lost profit, whatever profit you were making on that person, but now you also have to spend the money to acquire a new customer to replace them. So one of your biggest levers in your business is to actually retain your current customers and have their lifetime value be as much and as long as possible. So especially if you are in an industry like this where it's a monthly service, you want to retain as many of those people and keep a low churn as much as possible. So why am I leaving my company? That's because I am paying very little. Like, it's so cheap what I am paying, and I love that I can pay that little, but I am getting what I pay for. I know that as a business consultant. What I would expect from a service is I would expect them to come weekly, or in our case in Florida, they usually come bi-weekly in the winters. So I expect them to come regularly, usually on the same day of the week. Like, I know every Tuesday or whatever it is. I don't even have high expectations on that. Just mow the grass and make sure it's short enough that it's not getting weeds and stuff stuck in my dog. That is just a base level expectation of a customer. What is happening though is below baseline, which is I have to actively text this person, the owner, to ask him and come mow my lawn because it's getting out of control. I have a little dog, and sometimes the grass gets taller than her, and she comes in either soaking wet because it rained or she's got weeds all stuck to her. It's kind of ridiculous. I go back in my backyard and I'm stressed. I don't want to have to think about this. This is just such a small detail in my life. I have much bigger problems I need to be focusing on than having to run my landscaping company like an employee and have them come out and ask them to mow the lawn and do a service I'm already paying for. So we have baseline expectations. They are below those baseline expectations. Now, what would make me stay and never want to leave a company? That would probably be above baseline expectations. For example, our current company sometimes will come on garbage day and they will move our garbage cans into the sidewalk and just leave them there. Then we look like the deadbeats on the street who leave our trash cans in the middle of the sidewalk when in fact that's not what we're trying to do. An above and beyond thing would be if they put the trash cans away for us. I don't expect that, but if they did, which takes 5 seconds to do, I would be really impressed. That's a very small thing to do to make a big impact on the customer. And if they did little things like that of a little bit above and beyond my baseline expectation, I would definitely stay for as long as possible. And I also probably wouldn't complain if they raised their prices. This right here is a lesson in one way you can beat your competition, which is to just have better customer service. Or if you really want to retain people for even longer and get referrals and really guarantee that you have these long-lasting customers, go the little extra mile. It takes 5 seconds here and there to put these little details that create a long-lasting effect on your customer. So the next part of this is finding a replacement. I'm very curious to see if I call around how many people are going to answer their phone and what their system is like to become a new customer. Because this is a big hole I typically see for people is I just need more leads, I need more leads. But usually the problem isn't that they need more leads. The problem is the process that follows after a lead comes in or tries to reach out. Hey, really quick, if you're trying to grow a profitable business, it is absolutely crucial that you know and understand your numbers. So many business owners I talk to, I ask them, how much money did you make last year? How much revenue did you make? How much did you bring home? And they don't know the answers to these questions. That's why we created our free cash map download. Click the link below to grab yours now. It's going to get you an awareness around your numbers so you understand where you're at now and where your business should be in terms of profitability. Click the link below and download your cash map today. All right, so I got out my computer and we're going to call a few companies and go over what they're doing right and what could be improved on their process. The first one I'm pulling up here is a sponsored result, so I know that they're paying to be there. They're paying for Google ads. They are marked as family owned on Google, and that's what I want personally. I don't want to hire a big corporate company. I want to support local business. They also have 222 reviews and 4.7 stars. So that tells me they are probably more reliable than my current company. They probably would not have this many good reviews if they weren't showing up and doing what they say they're going to do. They also have it set up here to where you can get a quote and book right here on the Google listing. But for the purposes of this video, I want to see what happens if I actually call them. Ringing voicemail. Hi, my name is Abby Johnson. I'm looking for a mowing service to replace the service I already have right now. I'm in Clearwater. If you could please give me a call back. Thanks. Wow. So I'm not surprised, but I'm kind of surprised. They were the top of Google when I Googled lawn care near me. They are paying to be there, and they also are paying for me to click and get their phone number and call through that phone number. Let's just look right here. I just Googled average cost per click for a lawn care company is $3 to $8, and average cost per lead is $40 to $120. A lead would be someone like me who actually reached out and said, yes, I am interested. I didn't just click and then click away. They probably lost anywhere from $40 to $120 by not answering their phone. And this is what I mean by you don't need more leads and you don't need to yell at your marketing company, sometimes you do, about not getting enough leads. You need to answer your phone. I had a client recently and she's the owner. She's still picking up the phone and I said, listen, you need to get this off of your plate. I'm sure there are calls falling through the cracks. Why don't you try an answering service? And I had a recommendation for her of an answering service that will answer your phone 24/7. And she was like, yeah, but it costs like $300 a month. And I was like, right here, these people, by not answering this one phone call, probably wasted, like I said, anywhere from $40 to $120 in ad spend. So it is worth paying $300 a month to actually answer your phone and have someone answering your phone. Now, I'm curious to see if they actually call me back. One interesting thing was I really got stuck in that sponsored area of Google. So Google ads for local business, I feel is very important, especially for something like this. I'm specifically having to click out of the sponsored area because I want to call someone in the organic section. Someone's calling me. Hi, yeah, I'm just trying to get a quote for how much my property would be. Okay, so I'm not going to be available for that until next week. It's very basic. Like I just need basic lawn mowing. We don't have a lot of foliage or anything that needs to be trimmed. Okay, great. Thank you. Wow, they called me back. Good job. They called me 7 minutes later. So well done to them for at least calling me back and calling me back in a timely fashion. Speed to lead is so important. Otherwise, I'm very happy with how that phone call went. She did a good job of talking me through the experience and how their process works. I'm going to give them 3.5 out of 5 stars. I'm just going to make up a star rating here. All right, my camera died for that last one, but I called another company. They were just an organic ranking company. They look family owned. I gave them a call and got no answer. So I left a message. We'll see if they call me back. All right, so here's another locally owned place. It looks like the guy's name is in the name of the company. He's got 4.9 stars, 29 reviews. One thing I'm going to deduct stars for is this person does not have a website. So they do have pictures on their Google listing. I can at least see that they've got got some professional work here. Let's give it a shot and see if he answers the call. Hi there, my name's Abby Johnson. I'm looking for a quote for mowing services in Clearwater. If you could give me a call back. Bye. Oh man, so that went straight to voicemail. Probably he is still out in the field mowing and he's still taking all the calls. The phone number probably is his cell phone. So this is a case where it's even worth a few $100s a month to have someone answering the phone for you and taking these leads. He is not high on my list now, right? I've got 2 duds who have not picked up their phone or called me back so far. So even as a one-man band, or maybe he's got a couple guys helping him, it's still worth having someone picking up your phone for you. In my mind as the consumer, what's happening is I'm like, okay, maybe these guys are too small in terms of their amount of reviews or whatever. So let me try someone who has more reviews. This is one, it has the guy's name in the title again. It says licensed and insured. That's important to me. It has some nice pictures, but they actually have 81 reviews and 4.8 stars, and they have a website. Let's give him a call and see what happens. Oh, I just saw it says, please text before you call. Hi, I'm calling to get a quote for mowing. AI voice agent answered. Yeah, it's Abby Johnson in Clearwater, Florida. Wow, that's the first time I've gotten an AI agent answering the phone. That was interesting. That is a next step up. Something answered the phone. So they were able to at least collect my information, and then the AI agent said, thanks, Abby, someone will call you back. This is progress in the right direction. It's better than having nothing, but would have been really cool is to actually have a human answer that could have helped me, or at least said, hey, thanks for your information. We'll have an estimator out in the next 24 hours or in the next business day. I still feel like I haven't really been serviced yet because all I'm left with is waiting for a phone call back, which is not that much better than the people I had to leave voicemails with. So really having this AI agent right now is just creating the feeling of leaving a voicemail. Okay, someone's calling me back. Hello? Yeah, I'm looking for a new lawn care service. I'm only home for the next 30 minutes. I can just give you the address. Okay, great. Thank you. All right. So that was a call back from company number 3. That was the one that went straight to voicemail. It's got his name in the title. Let's call him Joe. Joe picked up. He's pretty funny. He might be a one-man show, but he said, I'm in the opposite direction of him. He's about to head home for the day. So he's going to head home, but he has another house by me. So he's going to come by tomorrow morning when he's by that house. So in terms of speed, it would have been better to just say, hey, I can come by right now and take a look at your property and get you a quote. That is the best thing to do, but I'm still going to text him my information and see what kind of quote he can offer me. I don't want to give him a bad score though. He's just like a friendly guy trying to do everything on his own. So I'm too nice for this. But if I'm looking at this purely from a business perspective, if he was like, hey, I'm really hustling and I want to grow my business and I want to hire employees and not be a one-man show anymore, then I would give him a 2.5 out of 5 stars. He doesn't have a website. He should have just come straight out. He should have answered his phone. He probably couldn't answer his phone because he was probably in the middle of mowing a lawn, but that's also why I advocate for having an answering system. We'll see though. I'm still gonna give Joe a chance because he sounds like a really nice guy, and I just need someone who can competently mow my yard and show up when they say they're gonna show up. All right, so let's end off there for today. I called 4 companies. Nobody answered except for a robot. I got 2 callbacks, which is great. Well done for the callbacks. And I've got 2 quotes that are still hanging out there. So I still don't have a solution to my problem, even after calling 4 different companies. I gotta go pick up my kids. I've got other things to do, so I am moving on with my day. And that is how your customer is probably going to be thinking. So as you can see from today, if you want to retain your current customers and gain new customers, you have to think with speed and how to best serve your customer. If my current company was doing even just the baseline bare minimum expectations, they wouldn't be losing me. And if one of those businesses would have picked up and been able to give me a quote right away or same day, then they probably would have secured my business today instead of tomorrow or next week. So stop complaining about needing more leads and just do better with what you already have. If you're looking to increase your profitability immediately, I want you to download our free cash map below. This is a very simple template that you can fill out to understand your current numbers and where your numbers should be for your revenue range. Click the link below, download our cash map today, and finally get some clarity on your finances. And if you have been wondering if maybe some of your customers are actually eating your profit, check out this video I just posted here. It's going to show you how to find which customers make you the most profit and which ones are eating your profit. I'll see you in the next video.